She had billions in her bank account, private jets waiting on standby, and more luxury than most people could dream of. Yet on that cold morning, dressed in torn clothes and sitting hungry on a sidewalk, she discovered a painful truth: almost nobody cared. But one struggling father would change everything. Sophia Carter was one of the wealthiest women in America. At 36, she owned a successful technology empire worth billions. Magazines called her a genius. Television hosts praised her achievements. Everywhere she went, people smiled, shook her hand, and treated her like royalty. But lately, a troubling question haunted her. Did people respect her because of who she was, or because of what she had? The question refused to leave her mind. One evening, after reading a report about homelessness, Sophia made a surprising decision. For one day, she would disappear. No assistance. No bodyguards. No luxury cars. No designer clothes. She would spend 24 hours living as a poor homeless woman. Her staff thought she was joking. She wasn't. The next morning, Sophia wore old worn-out clothes, removed her makeup, covered her hair beneath a faded hood, and left her mansion through a side entrance. Nobody recognized her. For the first time in years, she walked through the city completely unnoticed. At first, it felt exciting. Then reality hit. People avoided eye contact. Store owners watched her suspiciously. Some crossed the street when they saw her. One woman clutched her purse tighter as Sophia passed. The humiliation stung. By noon, hunger began to gnaw at her stomach. She entered a small cafe hoping to buy a sandwich. The manager immediately approached. "I'm sorry," he said coldly. "Customers only." Sophia reached for money. Then she remembered the rules. She wasn't supposed to use her wealth. Quietly, she left. Outside, she sat on a bench and watched people rush past. Hundreds of people. Not one looked at her. Not one asked if she was okay. Hours passed. The weather became colder. Her stomach hurt. For the first time, Sophia experienced what millions faced every day. Loneliness. Invisible suffering. Being treated as if you didn't matter. She wondered how many people endured this life permanently. And then something unexpected happened. A little girl approached her. She couldn't have been older than 6. The child held a teddy bear tightly. Behind her walked a tired-looking man carrying grocery bags. His clothes were worn but clean. Dark circles rested beneath his eyes. Life clearly hadn't been easy for him. The girl tugged her father's sleeve. "Daddy," she whispered. The man stopped. "What is it, Emma?" "That lady looks hungry." The father looked toward Sophia. For a moment, Sophia expected him to walk away like everyone else. Instead, he approached. He said gently. "Are you okay?" Sophia almost forgot she was pretending. No one had asked her that all day. She nodded weakly. "I've just had a rough day." The man smiled kindly. "Join us." Sophia blinked. "What?" "We were about to eat dinner." The little girl smiled. "You can sit with us." Sophia followed them to a nearby park table. The father introduced himself. "My name is Daniel." Daniel unpacked a small meal. 3 sandwiches. 1 juice box. A few pieces of fruit. Clearly not much. Emma happily sat beside Sophia. As Daniel divided the food, he frowned. There wasn't enough. Sophia immediately noticed. "No, it's okay," she said. "I don't want to take your food." Daniel shook his head. "Everyone deserves to eat." Then he did something Sophia would never forget. He picked up his own sandwich and handed it to her. His only meal. His dinner. The food he had worked hard to afford. Sophia stared at him. "What about you?" Daniel smiled. "I'll be fine." Sophia's eyes filled with tears. All day she had encountered wealthy professionals, business owners, and successful people. Not one offered help. Yet the poorest person she'd met was willing to share everything he had. What Sophia didn't know was that Daniel had only $23 left in his bank account. The sandwich he just gave away was supposed to be his last proper meal until payday. They ate together. Sophia learned Daniel's story. 3 years earlier, his wife had passed away after a long illness. Since then, he had raised Emma alone. He worked 2 jobs. One during the day. Another at night. Still, money remained tight. Some weeks he skipped meals so Emma could have enough food. Sophia listened silently. Every word broke her heart. Daniel never complained. Never blamed anyone. He simply kept moving forward. For his daughter. As the evening grew darker, Emma rested her head against her father's shoulder. "Daddy's my hero," she said proudly. Daniel laughed. "I'm nobody special." Sophia disagreed. She had met powerful CEOs, politicians, and celebrities. Yet this exhausted single father possessed something many of them lacked. Character. Compassion. Humanity. Before leaving, Daniel reached into his pocket and handed Sophia $20. She stared at the bill. "I can't take this." "Please," Daniel insisted. "You might need it more than I do." Sophia nearly cried. This man barely had enough money to survive. Yet he was giving it away. She accepted it with trembling hands. "Thank you." Daniel smiled. "Take care of yourself." Then he and Emma walked away. Sophia stood frozen, watching them disappear into the crowd. At that moment, she knew she could never forget them. The following morning, Sophia returned to her normal life. The mansion. The luxury cars. The business meetings. Everything looked the same. Yet she felt different. Completely different. That evening, she asked her private investigation team to find Daniel. Within hours, they located him. What Sophia discovered shocked her. Daniel was behind on rent. His car barely worked. His savings account contained less than $50. Despite working endlessly, he struggled to provide for his daughter. Sophia made a decision. But she wanted to do it carefully. Without embarrassing him. Without making him feel like a charity case. A week later, Daniel received a mysterious phone call. A local company wanted to interview him for a management position. The salary was triple what he currently earned. Confused but hopeful, Daniel attended. To his surprise, he got the job. The benefits were excellent. The hours were flexible. For the first time in years, he could spend evenings with Emma. Daniel thought his luck had finally changed. But the surprises weren't over. A month later, he received another letter. An anonymous donor had paid off his remaining debts. Soon after, a scholarship fund appeared in Emma's name, guaranteeing her future education. Daniel couldn't understand it. Who was helping him? Why? Then came the final surprise. An invitation. He and Emma were invited to a charity gala hosted by billionaire Sophia Carter. Daniel almost declined. He didn't belong at fancy events. But Emma begged him to go. "Daddy, please." Eventually he agreed. On the night of the event, Daniel entered the grand ballroom feeling completely out of place. Crystal chandeliers sparkled overhead. Elegant guests filled the room. Then Sophia stepped onto the stage. Daniel froze. He recognized her instantly. The homeless woman. The woman from the park. Gasps spread across the room as Sophia began speaking. "A month ago, I spent a day disguised as a homeless woman." The audience looked surprised. Most people ignored me. Many judged me. Some treated me as if I didn't exist. Her eyes found Daniel. But one man stopped. The spotlight shifted toward him. Daniel's face turned red. He shared his last meal with me. The room fell silent. He gave me kindness when he had almost nothing himself. Sophia walked down from the stage. Straight toward Daniel. Tears filled Emma's eyes. Sophia stopped before them. Then she said words Daniel would remember forever. "You treated me like a human being when nobody else would." The audience stood silently watching. Sophia smiled. "You changed my life." Daniel shook his head. "I didn't do anything special." "You did," Sophia replied. "You reminded me what true wealth looks like." The crowd erupted into applause. Sophia then announced a major donation to support struggling single parents across the country. The foundation would carry a simple name: the Daniel Grant. Daniel couldn't believe it. Neither could Emma. For years, he had felt invisible. Now his kindness would help thousands of families. The billionaire thought she was testing society for one day. Instead, she discovered the richest person she would ever meet, a single father with almost no money, but a heart worth more than billions. As the gala ended, Emma hugged Sophia tightly. "Thank you for helping my daddy." Sophia smiled through tears. "No, Emma." She looked at Daniel. "Thank him." Because in a world where many people measured success by money, Daniel had proven something far more important. A full bank account could make someone wealthy. But only a generous heart could make someone truly rich. And that was a lesson no amount of money could ever buy.